Hello and welcome to my review of Eswat on the Sega Mega Drive or the Sega Genesis if you bought this in America. This isn't quite an interesting game. I actually got this as part of a collection that came with Mega Drive. Let me just pop this on easy because it's quite difficult and I'm quite rubbish, so it's a fairly interesting game in that you play the role of this, I'm assuming is a SWAT team officer, and the idea is to progress through these early levels until you can power up into this suit of armor, which is the I'm assuming is the Eswat armor. What's kind of unusual is that seems to be the main selling point of the game, but it takes bloody ages before you can actually get into the armour. You've got to battle your way through a couple of 3 levels first of all, and they are not easy at all. Having said all that, I do enjoy playing this game. It's definitely one of those games whereby the more you play it, the easier it becomes. Everything is in a pattern. The guys are set in a pattern, and once you sort of learn where to go and how to get there, it definitely becomes far more enjoyable than when you first play it and you can end up kind of clueless. It's one of them games that seems to have a bizarre set of rules for how you can jump on which platforms. I mean, it's like, for example, here you just think it's a dead end because, and then whoa, all of a sudden, yeah, you can do like a bit of a super jump and you can get up, you can get higher, which I suppose is just par for the course with these type of old games. But yeah, I love this bit. You're trying to take out this attack helicopter armed with just a pistol, and believe it or not, it is possible. You can do it, and I will prove that very, very shortly. You can take out this helicopter armed with just a standard issue sidearm. No rocket launchers needed here. This guy is well and truly a tough guy. It reminds me of the film The Hitcher with Rutger Hauer in, where he takes out a police helicopter with like one shot from his pistol. Those sort of unbelievable 1980s games, or films should I say, where, you know, the bad guy or the hero can do the most incredible feats very, very easily. Well, Eswat is kind of like that, you know. It sort of borrows from that folklore, you know. Oh yeah, I'll just take out this heavily armed attack helicopter with just a pistol. You know, fantastic, great stuff. I'm assuming that this helicopter, the guy flying this helicopter, probably isn't very, very happy about being given such a crappy thing to fly. But anyway, back onto the game itself. Yeah, as I say, I really enjoy playing it. It's very old school, and a very sort of old school platform and shooting type game. When you complete each level, as you see here, you rank up. So now you sort of go from captain, and I'm assuming now you're a chief, and then the next one along, I guess, when you've completed that, you're going to become the Eswat guy. This level in particular is quite weird. At least they have the decency to mark out where you can jump into and where you can't, because again, this is one of those levels where you can only access going behind these bars, which I'm assuming is some sort of high security prison where everybody seems to be armed with something. You can only get behind these sort of bar things at certain points, and at least the game designers had a mind to actually tell you where you can and where you can't. Otherwise, it would have become very, very frustrating. that being said, there are times, particularly in this level, where you do struggle to see, well, where the hell am I supposed to be going. These platform things that the bad guys are on, they actually can go up and across and down, and I think it would probably would have made the level a hell of a lot easier for me had I actually used it and gone up, rather than just allow myself there to be clubbed to death by the metal chain ball wielding nutcases. This is a very, very surreal game, actually, thinking about it. I mean, assuming that this is a prison, and are they the prison guards? Why the hell are they shooting at me? What's going on here? Are they taking out? I don't know. I should have read the backstory, and then it could have been a lot more informative, rather than just bumbling along like this, not knowing what's going on, but just shooting everything anyway. What difference does it make? What difference does the story make? Just shoot everything that isn't you on the screen. That's the best way to be. Forget all of these complicated storylines with plot twists in and so on and so forth. Just if you see it and it's not you, shoot it. That's the best gameplay you could possibly want, and makes life a hell of a lot easier as well. I hate those games where you've got good guys on your team controlled by the AI, and they always seem to run in front of you when you're shooting. I'm trying to think of what game is that. I think it might have been. I don't know if it was in. I'm trying to think now what game. And it was like, friendly fire will not be tolerated. And I'm like, well, stop the guys running in front of my bloody gun while I'm shooting, and then maybe I wouldn't be killing people on my own team. You don't have any such worries with these type of games, and I really enjoy it. Let me just dish out some mayhem and shoot everything in sight. That's all I ask for. Don't make me think, for God's sake. That's the worst thing ever. So yeah, this level sort of goes on for a while. It's not a particularly interesting level, it has to be said, and it's not especially difficult either, which is kind of a surprise that the first level of this game is I would say is more difficult. I've also aided by the fact that I bumped the difficulty down to the level of person who perhaps might know the right way to hold the joypad difficulty, and believe me, I need that with these type of games, because I am bloody hopeless at them. So yeah, finally we can get on to the next level, and we have this bloody annoying conveyor belt, and I'm assuming don't particularly want to be standing on them spiky things either. That's what I miss about these type of old games. It's just the total irrational level layouts that just don't make any difference whatsoever. Why is there a conveyor belt there? Well, who cares? It's just there. It's there to make things more difficult for you. There doesn't have to be any rational. There was no rational thought given to level design at all. It was just, I will stick a conveyor belt here to take some energy off the person, and it'll be there, and they will love it. They will embrace it, and they will enjoy it. The complete and utter randomness of this that doesn't seem to serve any purpose other than to piss the player off completely before they've got to face the bad guys at the end of this level, and will make them completely unconventional and bizarre as well. But I love it. I love this type of stuff. So as I say, I got this as part of, well, what the device is. It's a Sega Mega Drive, but it's not a Sega Mega Drive, if you know what I mean. It is, but it's kind of built into this mini console version. And, well, it is to all intents and purposes a Mega Drive, because I played Alien 3 on it, which you saw in my sort of play and chat video that I did the other day. and it worked fine. And so yeah, to all intents and purposes, it is a Sega Mega Drive, and it's an awesome piece of kit. The only thing I'd say is the sound can be a bit dodgy, and I think maybe the reason behind that is because it plays cartridges. I think it plays both the cartridges from Japan, the US, and so on. And I think it's something to do with that, because the sound seems to be slower. And I think that is because, and it's might be something to do with the NTSC system that's used in the United States, and the PAL system that is used in Europe, and well, especially in the UK. Yeah, you've got the Eswat SWAT suit. Time to dish out some mass death. And I think, going back to what I was saying, I think it's something to do with that. Simply because when I play Sonic the Hedgehog, and any of the compilations that have got it on, the music is definitely faster and the gameplay is faster than it was when I had the PAL version of it years and years ago. And the only thing I can think of is the sound issue is because this device has made itself compatible with all of the regions. It just chucks its toys sound wise. That's what I think it is anyway, but it's not too bad. I mean, I think I paid £18 for it, and I think it's really good. And I think Eswat is really good. It's well worth checking out. So that's the end of this review. Please stay tuned to my channel for more reviews and gameplay footage coming soon.